Hey there folks, this is GreenXI, welcoming you right back to Let's Play Higurashi. This is episode 215, and as I said in the last episode, we are going for broke today. We're going to finish it off, no matter how long this episode has to be, but I can't imagine it's too much more if they just catch these last two, get the last two swimsuits. I imagine there won't be much more after that, maybe a little summary thing, and that'll be it hopefully. Let's go! Here, now we've safely recovered two. Yeah, we just got Mion's and Sato's before that. Alright. Let's toss this in the magic trash can fast. Excuse me. We have only 15 minutes left to get two more. All thanks to Sis taking her sweet time changing. Yeah. What was that about? In the next instant, the wooden hammer used to hit temple gongs came flying out of nowhere and struck Kaiichi right in the back of the head. While the hammer had originally been aiming for Shion, she cleanly dodged it. Oh, shit. I found you. Shion-san, how dare you? There's no reason good enough to warrant shocking me out of the blue. Sadako, I mean that's fair enough I guess. No, don't be mad. Once you hear why, you'll understand it had to be done. The truth is, those irresistible swimsuits you all were wearing. Those are dangerous treasures from the Fude Shrine, right? I had a revelation from God while I was passed out. Once the irresistible swimsuits were removed, Hanyu was able to make contact and explain the circumstances. Thanks to her divine power, everyone could understand the situation without any confusion. I was enjoying that irresistible swimsuit, but I would, in fact, prefer to keep living in the same galaxy. How many people are left? 2 left. Just Rika-chan and Renna. We're down to 15 minutes remaining. We don't have time to chat. Let's hurry. Come on, you two. There's not much time. Who do we target next? Rika-chan, right? If we bring Rika back to her senses, everything should fall into place. Renna-san seems pretty calm and collected about the whole thing. I thought that. So if we make Rika understand that it's dangerous and ask her to take it off, she should give it back easily. I don't think it'll go that quickly with Rika-chan. She normally puts on an act, but she's still a cunning veteran club member. Rika-chan has absorbed the followers that stuck to Sis and Satoko. So now she has a huge throng of bodyguards. Ugh. Damn that Rika-chan, she's doing it on purpose, isn't she? With her repeatedly pulling off those enchanting poses, those guys' excitement is at a dangerous level. Rika does tend to enjoy making men eat out of the palm of her hand. In other words, she would be the most impregnable target of them all. Impregnable, right, okay, impregnable fortress, that's not what I thought when I first read that then. However, it was also highly likely that conquering Rika-chan would resolve everything all at once. She was basically the final boss. Even so, it was worth circumventing her and conquering Satoko and Mion first. Having the Trapmaster Satoko on their side was a big deal. Plus, having Mion take her place meant the reliable Shion was freed from the bonds of hourly wage labour. That also made it seem like it would be even better to conquer Renna and get her on their side first, but... we don't have time. We can't afford to go slow and steady. Yes, we should focus all our effort into settling the battle against Rika. I doubt a surprise attack will work on Rika-chan. That said, I don't see how we can win just by attacking her head on. Look at the hearts in the eyes of those bodyguards. I'll die for Rika-chan is practically written on their faces. Ho ho ho! Please, Kaiichi-san, no matter how many non-club members gather together against us, their numbers mean nothing before my traps. This was their strategy. Sadako would move in ahead of time and set up a kill zone of powerful traps. Then Kaiichi and Shion would launch their attack while Satoko blocked off the escape paths. Together, they'd drive Rika's followers into the kill zone, putting a stop to them. They would also need additional traps to confuse the bodyguards. Once she lost them, Rika would finally decide to flee in order to protect herself. Satoko disappeared into the crowd for a while, then after about 5 minutes she came back giving the all clear sign, so they got about 10 minutes left. Alright, let's go, protect the galaxy. Yeah! Rika-sama, so beautiful. Now Rika-san, allow us to put some sunscreen on you. No, why don't you join us under this parasol and enjoy some tapioca milk tea instead? We can't allow Rika-chan's skin to burn. Now get under my shadow. Me? I feel very comfortable. It's like I've become a queen. Nipa. What is it? Pop, pop, pop. Was that like it, Pennywise? Pop, pop, pop. After the sound of explosions, most of the crowd began sneezing. A huge amount of Satoko's secret pepper mix bang snaps erupted within them. The rising clouds of pepper smoke were sending the bodyguards into a sneezing hell. Attack! It's an attack! Evacuate Rika-sama to safety. Calm down. Sadako's traps are a diversion. Strengthen our rear guard. Come on, Rika-san, hide behind us. As expected from Rika, she didn't even flinch at such an attack. However, even if Rika could issue appropriate commands, the bodyguards following her were just amateurs. Let's go, Shion. Doya! Yes, roger that. Take that. Oh? Ka-splash, ka-splash, ka-splash. Keiichi and Shion turned the lane dividers into jump ropes, and the bodyguards fell into the pool, one after another. Sadako, now! Rika, these swimsuits are too dangerous for a prank. Sadako nimbly leapt through the path cleared by Keiichi and Shion, swinging in on a rope. Of course, Keiichi and Shion weren't slacking off either. They were still going wild with the lane dividers, dumping the bodyguards into the pool like they were playing some kind of game. Sadako, why are you mad? You had such a fun time too. You never told me the galaxy would be destroyed because of them. What are you talking about? While they managed to confuse the bodyguards and get them off of Rika, she was quite nimble herself. She looked like she was spinning about as she ran, but she was cleverly predicting Sadako's trap zones and evading them. As I thought, Rika, you can see right through me. I know everything about you, down to how you sleep, how you yawn, your habits, your tastes. Nipa. This is bad. If she's reading Sadako's traps this thoroughly. This is no time to be playing tag. Damn it, the hour's almost up. No, there's one more option. Sadako should realise that too. We'll just have to gamble on that. Ah, crap. Keiichi slipped. The bodyguards didn't let that chance escape and dogpiled onto Keiichi. Oh no! Shion, take care of the rest. I'll get out of this somehow. Let go! Keiichi struggled to escape from the mountain of bodyguards that kept leaping in and piling up on top of him. The club members couldn't wait for his escape, though. So instead, Shion steeled her resolve. Shion's stern gaze met Sadako's eyes. With just that moment of eye contact, they both understood what the other was planning. That's the only way to stop Rika. Though. This really should be Kai-chan's role. Oh well, we'll have to leave the rest to him. I don't know what you two are plotting. But even with two of you, I won't fall for Sadako's traps that easily. It was true. Rika had a solid read on them. Sadako's traps were very dangerous. That was all the more reason she always subconsciously made sure to keep herself from getting caught in their activation. That was why she could predict Sadako's traps by gauging the distance she kept while driving others towards them. No matter how close she pressed in, Sadako always backed off when pushing them into the trap zone. As long as she didn't miss that moment, she would never be driven into Sadako's traps. Though the moment you're convinced of that is the moment you've fallen for my trap. Now, Sadako! Sadako and Shion both leapt at her together. It certainly wasn't impossible to overwhelm her with two attacking at once. However, there were still many bodyguards around. Even if they both restrained her temporarily, the crowd of bodyguards would quickly peel them off of her and restrain them. That's why she couldn't understand it. For a moment, she couldn't understand Sadako and Shion's play, and that opening was all they needed to grapple her. Naturally, the bodyguards rushed to Rika-sama shouting, "Save her!" and ended up in a massive ball of people. Katamari? There was no way they could strip her swimsuit from her with all the men there. What? No way. The ultimate technique of Sadako-style trap arts, casting aside your own safety and incorporating yourself into the trap. No way. You're actually hitting yourself too? Save Rika-sama. Rika-sama. Kai-chan, the rest is up to you. Kaboom! Splish. A roar, a flash, an explosion. Sadako's all-out trap erupted. After the tremendous smoke slowly cleared, Rika, as well as Sadako and Shion, and also all of the bodyguards, were passed out with stars circling above their heads. Sadako had never once before used the kamikaze technique of catching both herself and her opponent in the same trap. That wasn't because she couldn't do it. She had held it in reserve the whole time, to use as a trump card one day when facing Rika, the person closest to her, who knew everything about her traps. However, since both Shion and Satoko had grappled Rika, they had both taken the full brunt of the trap. All three of them had rings of stars spinning above their heads. Incredible. She took them all out at once. However, there was no time to savour this victory. They were already down to only 5 minutes left. They'd taken Rika down, but they still had Rena left. He had also lost all the allies he could count on. It was hopeless. Even so, I have to fight. I'm the only one who can save the galaxy. Keiichi approached Rika with the towel they'd readied, and then he finally realised the fatal flaw in this situation. No, wait. Crap. Who's going to remove Rika-chan's swimsuit? Well, I have to do it. However, they had caused a big commotion. Lots of normal guests were looking over to see what was going on. So we should have to sneakily carry Rika-chan somewhere away from people, Keiichi thought. The changing rooms? Impossible. There were even more normal guests now that it was the afternoon. It was impossible to find a place out of sight. If anyone happened to see, rumours would spread through the entire village. He'd be arrested on the spot. The fate of the galaxy rests on removing her swimsuit. But of course he couldn't say that to some woman he didn't know and ask for her help. It's finished. Our galaxy is done for. I'll remove it for you. Just turn around and face the other way. Huh? Rena? Rena appeared out of nowhere and safely recovered Rika-chan's swimsuit. What was going on? I thought it wasn't enough time to get Rena's as well. The swimsuits Rika-chan brought really were full of incredible power, huh? It wouldn't be odd if there was some price to pay for it. Besides, there's no meaning to charm you don't cultivate yourself. If you get popular from charm that isn't your own, you'll just feel empty in the end. Oh. He thought Rena would be the most elated about it all, but the truth was the exact opposite. Rena had been calm from the very start. After seeing that Rika's swimsuits actually possessed supernatural power, she suspected that there had to be some kind of catch behind it. Huh? Then from the start, you... Yeah. I was afraid of them, so I decided not to wear it. What? You didn't? Then I could have given you a revelation and gotten you on our side before now? I thought you were wearing one and couldn't receive my messages. Oh. Though we're really lucky you didn't. We have less than 5 minutes left, but now we might just barely make it. So where's the irresistible swimsuit intended for you? It's in my locker in the changing room. I'll go get it. There's almost no time left. Please hurry. Yeah, got it. Ah! Huh? Kaboom! Rena felt herself step on something unusual, and a huge wash tub hit her square in the head. It was one of the traps set for the battle against Rika that hadn't gone off. Rena, are you okay? Oh, I'm fine. Nee. Thump. Rena spun around twice and then collapsed onto the ground. Her eyes were filled with stars too. What a terrible reversal at the very last minute. This is just plain bad, isn't it? Rena's swimsuit's still inside the women's changing room. Fortunately, Rena had the locker number and the key on her arm, so that's taken care of. There's no way I can go into the women's changing room. Satoko, Shion, Rena, all passed out and done for, Keiichi thought. Alright, Mion. There's Mion. Her uncle dragged her away, saying they were busy with customers. Surely she's free by now. Here, this isn't the end of the line. Please don't run. If you all won't cooperate, then we won't be able to keep this restaurant open here anymore. Everyone please prepare your payment ahead of time, so you won't need any change. Oh, we have new limitations on the menu. Customers are now limited to one pretty poolside petanco pudding per customer. Hey Mion, can you lend a hand to save the galaxy? Sako-chan, take over line management for a second. I'm going into the back to give the owner a break. Everyone stay hydrated. Don't get heat stroke. Hina-chan, Rin-chan, man the registers. Also, I'm heading into the back, so water. Yeah, Sonzaki-san collapsed. The Akinamaya public pool branch of Angel Mort was doing tremendously great business. Apparently they were offering a special bonus today, so they were swarmed with a terrible number of customers. Mion was fighting bravely on the front lines, but then she collapsed. Oh god. No. What do I do now? This is bad. There goes my final hope. That was the last person who might go into the girls' changing room for me. There was only 5 minutes left. Still? He was completely out of ideas for women he could convince in such a short time to bring him the swimsuit from Rena's locker in order to save the galaxy. What do we do now, Keiichi? At this rate, the galaxy is doomed. Can't you use your incredible persuasion powers to con someone into doing something about this? That power of mine only works on other men. Can't you use your divine powers to convince some girl to do it? Right now my powers are weak. I can only provide revelations to the club members since they're so close to me. What do we do? What am I supposed to do? It's no time. At this point, Keiichi, you'll have to brave the women's changing room for the sake of the galaxy. I refuse. If the price for saving the galaxy is being labelled a pervert who stormed into the women's changing room, it's too much. There's too little reward for it. If it means bearing that label, then I would rather perish and have "use a gentleman towards women until the end" carved into my tombstone. So you're saying you could do it if you're rewarded? If you're granted a reward that's worth it, then you can find the bravery to charge into the women's changing room? But there's no reward. The galaxy is finished. Keiichi, I promise you this. I'll use all my current power to grant you the ultimate miracle once you safely return from the women's changing room. I'm listening. I'll grant you a wonderful summer love affair. The brave saviour of the galaxy will end up drinking juice from the same heart-shaped straw as a beautiful woman in a swimsuit by the poolside. Promise I will absolutely make that happen. Okay, got it. No more problems. Leave the galaxy to me. Though that being said, what now, Mayabara Keiichi? Be cool, Mayabara Keiichi. How will you retrieve Rena's swimsuit from the women's changing room? Will you ask someone? You have no leads. You have to do it yourself. However, it's plain as day what will happen if a guy goes into the women's changing room. Right. First he headed to the first aid station. Irie was still asleep there with stars circling above his head. On his arm was the key for his locker. Keiichi borrowed that and headed for the men's changing room. Him entering the men's changing room was no problem at all. He opened the locker listed on the key's tag and found there Irie's belongings. Coach mentioned it before. He told Satoko to change into his English-made style swimsuit. That means he has one with him. A woman's swimsuit. He even mentioned that he had it available in all possible sizes. I knew it. There it is. He even has a woman's wig to go along with it. What was Coach planning to do with this after bringing it to the pool? Oh, Keiichi has no time to be impressed. Whoa, 3 minutes left? But in order to pull off this operation I have to cast it aside. My pride as a man, my gentlemanly spirit, everything that's made me who I am today. There's only 120 seconds left. Run, run, run! A girl in an English-made style swimsuit was timidly entering the women's changing room. Calm down, be cool, Mayabara Keiichi. I'm not a molester. I'm not a peeping Tom. I'm not a pervert. I'm doing this to save the galaxy. Don't look around you. I'm not here to watch women change, so don't look around you. Look only at your feet. But if I only look at my feet, then I can't make my way to Rena's locker. Oh, I just have to occasionally look up. A sweet aroma filled my nostrils. No way. Why is the space for women to change in filled with such a sweet smell? Don't blush. Don't panic, Mayabara Keiichi. It's alright. You're currently cross-dressing. Don't act suspicious and no one will notice. As long as no one finds you, then you're fine. What the hell? Beware of perverts. Beware of peepers. If you see anyone suspicious, inform the nearest staff member. Beware of locker thieves. If you see anyone suspicious, report them immediately. Do not tolerate perverts. Death to perverts. Seize any enemies to women, strip them bare, drag them through the city completely nude. If I'm caught, I'm dead. Socially, mentally, physically. They'll make me regret being born a man, and then kill me. Bounce, bounce, jiggle, jiggle. Rustle, rustle, snap, snap. It's hell. This is hell disguised as heaven. I strongly refuse to let blood surge down below. That's the one thing I must avoid. Empty your mind and heart. Mayabara Keiichi must not be tempted by their allure, so that you can save the galaxy. Keiichi, it's no time to waste. There's only 1 minute left. Damn it. What happens, happens. He raced through in one shot. Rena's locker was right there. He nimbly unlocked it and opened up Rena's knapsack. There, that drawstring pouch. The moment he pulled it out, an oddly small handkerchief with frills and a small ribbon fell out alongside it. What the hell? They made a picture just for that. Yes, it's only a handkerchief. Don't question it, Mayabara Keiichi. Rena's such a girly girl. Even her handkerchiefs are so small, so light, so cute. Yes. Kaiichi, 30 seconds left. Do you not want your poolside love affair with a beautiful woman in a swimsuit? Oh, galaxy, galaxy, galaxy. Falsetto. Only scant seconds left. He dashed out of the women's changing room and threw the drawstring pouch toward the magic trash can by the other entrance. Please go in. Kaiichi. Foop. He did it! The last swimsuit disappeared into the magic trash can and was purified. There was only 1 second left to spare. Mankind, no, the Earth and the whole galaxy were saved. Kaiichi, no, the saviour of our galaxy. Congratulations on your success. I'm exhausted after sending away 4 foreign objects, but as promised, I'll use the last of my power to grant you your poolside dream. Now then, Kaiichi, until we meet again, on the next night of Watanagashi. I did it! I actually did it! He honestly wanted to strike a victory pose and shout out loud. However, he was still cross-dressing. There were plenty of guests from Hinamizawa around him as well. For now, he would hold it in and duck into a bathroom or something in order to change back into male attire. Hey, hold up, lady. What? Some delinquents with pompadours were hassling Kaiichi. He must have run into them when he dashed out of the women's changing room to throw the swimsuit into the trash. You broke my bro's collarbone. What you gonna do for us now? It hurts. It hurts. This ain't gonna heal unless you have a drink with me. What the hell are these punks saying? Besides, I'm a guy. A guy! Though I can't reveal that right now. Doing so might get rid of the delinquents, but then the normal guests would find out that Maibara Kaiichi came out of the women's changing room dressed like a girl. I have to wait for my chance, without exposing that I'm a guy. Hey, hold it right there. I won't stand by and watch 3 guys gang up on a woman. Who? What the hell? Buzz off! The delinquents were slightly overwhelmed, despite their show of a spirit. That was because the man who showed up was someone who could never be described as weak. The muscles in his legs were visibly toned, and it was obvious they had both endurance and explosive strength. His arm muscles were impressive as well. They were nicely tanned, and it was clear that he never once skipped out on training underneath the hot sun. His head was shaved in a clean crew cut as well. Not to mention the fact that his burning gaze was filled with unwavering resolve. Oh, on the students, right? I'm the ace of Urashima High's baseball team. Yeah. And I'm willing to give up participating in Koshien if it means protecting a woman. Would you rather see my blazing fastball here and now, or in the stadium? Wow, Kaiichi never thought the day would come where he saw his soul brother Kamida-kun displaying such glory. He was the kind of pervert to compare a dessert to a woman and then lick and slurp it down, but in that very moment he looked like a saviour. Me. I didn't do anything wrong. It's all Hanyu's fault. You should be more sorry about this. You nearly wiped out the galaxy. By the way, why am I in an angel mode uniform? Because you should feel guilty for your crimes and atone by working in Shion-san's stead. So items from another world are made of antimatter? If only there was some way to utilize that energy for something. Miracle of making you popular just by wearing it takes so much energy it can destroy the galaxy. In other words, if you really want to be popular, then instead of taking shortcuts, you should just try and work on it yourself instead. By the way, where's the saviour of our galaxy? According to Hanyu, he's drinking juice by the poolside with a beautiful woman in a swimsuit. I don't see him though. I wonder where he is. You don't need to hold back. It's my treat. Go on, drink up, slurp. Who's the beautiful woman? Oh, he is the beautiful... But that don't make sense. Why do I have to drink juice from a heart-shaped straw with Kamida-kun? Am I not the saviour? Is the saviour Kamida-kun? The gods of Hinamizawa are awful. I knew they couldn't be trusted. Give me back my offering. Rika just looked over here. Rika-chan, it's me, Kaiichi. Notice me, please. Drag me away from Kamida-kun, please. Me. Well, Rika, did you see Kaiichi-san over there? Nope, not at all. Nippa. No, Rika-chan. Oh, that swimsuit is an English-made style swimsuit. To think a beautiful woman with such a dignified maid soul would be found here at the poolside. What's that, old man? Oh, my soul brother, Iri. I was the first to speak to this girl, so please back off. I find it hard to believe you're capable of understanding the reserved culture of such a land as Britain. A wonderful woman such as her needs a master of more fitting stature. Like me. Young lady, please hold on a moment. I'll remove this perverted old man in a jiffy. Once I'm done, I'll apply some sun cream to your back. Laughably absurd. You're my ideal maid. I'll welcome you into my home and train you to be the ultimate servant. Oh yeah, take my bullet, fastball. Foo-foo, how naive. That was a mere after-image. I've already seen right through you. Oh, not bad. Bash, bash, bam, bam. The beautiful girl in a swimsuit and a twin-tail wig sat at a poolside table with a parasol, watching as her two brave saviours fought over her. Die. Take the whole galaxy with you. The galaxy might be filled with countless stars. But the unhappy star of misfortune was always shining above Kaiichi. Always. That would be a good place to end. Yes. What did it cost? Everything. Dignity and everything. Well, that's it. That was one way to end a hell of a long game, wasn't it? Oh, I'm glad we're done. That was a lot. That was a lot to take in. So, I hope you enjoyed that. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you again in a wee bit when we go for another game, and that is Higurashi, all done. I've said it before at least once, but I can't see there being any more, which I've also said before. But anyway, this has been Greeny XI. Hope you've enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you again in a bit for a brand new series. Thanks again for watching, folks. See you again in a bit.